Greetings, Internet. My name is Jacob, but you can call me Jake. My friends call me Jake, and I want you to be my friend, so you can call me Jake. I have a banana on my shirt, and besides that, I would also like to tell you a story. But before we get to the daily story, I am going to tell you something that I'm pretty sure you could have figured out by now. I'm not the greatest guy in the world. Obviously, not many people are. I just happen to be one of those people that aren't. But here's the thing. I have realized this, and so I have decided to try and make myself better. I've read books, and I have worked hard to figure out what's wrong with me. You see, I believe I've mentioned it a couple times before, I have ADD. It's attention deficit disorder. I have a hard time paying attention. That's pretty much it. Because, and here's the actual psychological reason that I figured out from taking a psych class as well as teaching myself psychology with multiple psychology books and self-help books. I've basically been teaching myself psychology since freshman year of high school, trying to figure out what's going on in my head, because it's a thing that I need to do just to be normal. And so far I've gotten pretty good at it. This is me being normal, which is actually kind of weird, but weird is normal, apparently. I don't know. But anyways, the reason is that you have a filter. If you are a normal person without any other strange head problems or other like ADHD, Asperger's, autism, all the other great stuff. But seriously, it doesn't matter who you are or if you have something wrong with you. You don't have something wrong with you. Trust me, I know. Because I've suffered through it, and it may not have been autism, but it sometimes felt like it. Especially with the bullying. Oh yes, the bullying, yeah. But, again, story for another time. If you don't have a filter, then you're like me. Everybody has a filter. We don't notice things in the background. We focus. So here's our filter. It's blinders that horses wear when they are running in a race, or just blinders for horses for other reasons. The race is the only thing I can think of currently. But anyways, you have these blinders that focus you in on a certain area. Right now, I'm using them to focus in on the camera. I can only see the little light in the camera and the little hole next to it. That is probably the microphone, though I don't actually know. But besides that, I can also notice everything around me. Take them away. I notice that I have this over here, which is my stereo, where I like to play music from my iPod. I also have a dresser over there where I like to keep my clothes in good condition so that I can wear them, like this t-shirt with a banana on it. I have this poster of Doctor Who, Matt Smith, even though the lessons that it's teaching you are actually from David Tennant. I have a Pokemon poster that's actually of the games and not how Pokemon have grown over the years. And then, of course, I have Wizard, the entire 100-issue poster. So, I notice all these things every second of every day. I notice everything around me. Usually, when you're driving down a street, you'll notice the street, you'll notice the cars in front of you. I can read a sign that I'm passing currently, even though my face is going directly forward. And that distracts sometimes. I mean, my peripheral vision is incredible, but it doesn't help. It just means that I'll have more stuff to see. I'll have to look over here to see that it is freaking past midnight and I'm still doing this. I have to look over there to check on my clothes, even though I know that they're going to be there, and I don't know why I'm wondering about that. This is the kind of thing that I have to deal with. I have to think so much that it is a problem. Focusing differently, not meshing, and all the other stuff has drawn me back. I've had to focus on too many things, and so I've created different pockets, different organization areas. I've got school, and then there was friends. Social. I changed it to social after I figured out that that's just an entirely huge area, encompassing both my family and everything. So then there's school, the education that I need to undertake. And I've put so much more into that, so that's not only education, but also work related, because now I need to work. So I've still separated them both, but now they have their little sub-pockets with education, theater, work, and then this has family, friends, things that I want to do, like hobbies that I have, I suppose, would be a pocket for that. And though I do think that hobbies is a strange pocket in the middle, I still put it over here. So I have my pockets. I know what I need to do. And so I put different stuff in the pockets, and then I keep them at the top of the pockets when I need to deal with them. Like, what's my work schedule? What's the upcoming play that I want to audition for? Or the Broadway club meeting that I'm trying to work out? What's going on in school? What's my homework? And of course, is there anything going on in the family? Is there something going on with I need to work out a schedule with the car because I need to share it with my brother? What's going on with my friends? Is it cool to hang out sometime? Let's go do that. Are we going to have a D&D meeting soon? Yes, I play D&D. I'm a fucking nerd. Did you not expect this? This all is a thing. It's gone on a while because it's a big part of me. It's who I am. I'm a troubled little person that's trying to understand a world that just doesn't understand itself. And sometimes there are just some stupid things that just get such... That was a burp. But seriously. Some things are just... Yeah. Anyways. Right. Here is the main deal. I am not good at socializing. Because I was pushed back, I explained this in my earlier video, in one of my earlier videos, and I basically explained that I was pushed and I had this gap where I was alone for such a long time that I didn't even understand socialization in the correct way it goes, and so I was blocked out, and now I'm regressing. Right now I'm more in a high school social order thing where I need to worry about school and jobs, when I should have known that when I was already back in high school. And I didn't when I was high school. So now I'm here in college and it's a problem. I've explained this before, so go check that out if you want to. I'm not even going to put up a little annotation, just if you want to, go ahead. Not going to force you, not going to blast an annotation in your face, especially since I don't know how to do that. But here is the point. Here's what's going on. With all that going on, I've had trouble with women. Obviously. I've had trouble with how are you supposed to do it, because apparently, from what I've learned from watching other things like home videos, and by home videos I mean VHSs, like those old movies when I was a kid, VHSs, and like romantic comedies where everything's supposed to be a certain way, and other just movies in general. And then there's the actual media where things just like suddenly happen. You need to explain how that works, because from what I've learned from watching Swoozie more recently is that just sometimes things just happen, and you just gotta be like, this happens, and it's weird. Like, sometimes to just make out with somebody at a party. That's cool. And apparently that does happen, because now I've been talking with my friends about it, and apparently that does happen. But I didn't know that. So, yeah. So obviously I've had trouble with women. After learning more about psychology, I understood a little more about how women work, but basically in the simple biological reason for it, and how theirs differs from the male version. I don't want to explain that to you. I've already gone 12 minutes. So I'm just going to skip that and get to the purpose of this video. Here are my 4 women. I believe I mentioned this in the last video. My 4 women are the 4 girls that actually like me and will always like me, but could be a problem. The first one was the first girl that I dated. She wasn't that great, and it was awkward when we actually went on a date. We didn't have anything to talk about. I was awkward. I was in my awkward stage. I didn't know what to do on a date. It was weird. It's like, hey, you want to go on a date? Oh, okay, we're dating now. It didn't even feel right. So, I don't even know. So, but she had a crush on me, and I found that after we'd already broken up, and it didn't even, wasn't even a breakup. We just sort of, stopped seeing each other, and it was weird, but she had a crush on me, and I don't know what she's doing now, but that's a crush. They'll probably go away, so, well, I guess that's one down. And then there was another girl that had a crush on me, and this was past my dry spell and past my 2 secret girlfriends. Again, last video, you can go ahead and check that out. It just sort of mentions them, though. But my 2 secret girlfriends, there was Jess and Maria. Maria was the real love of my life. But we had a mutual feeling, and she was the one that broke up with me. So it sort of ended weirdly. She still likes me, but only as a friend, and so I don't know why I never really counted her. It's probably because I tried to salvage it, and it couldn't really be salvaged, so that was that. I feel like if I try to go back and salvage these, it might actually happen, except for the one I took down. Then, so past those 2, I had my whole high school career with nothing until I got to senior year, and there was a sophomore girl that liked me, and she wasn't all that, but of course, being that it was a dry spell, and I liked her, and the first time we kissed was nice, it was normal, it was like Susie said, it just happened during a party. Except this party happened to be a black party that took up half the city. It was Oktoberfest. And it was nice for a little while, but that was it. It was for a little while, like literally a little while. It was very short, and she broke up with me because I had made her feel like she was better than she was, and she felt like I could do better than this red-haired weirdo. She still liked me. She liked Doctor Who, and we talked about that, but I made a mistake, and I tried too hard to try and get her back because it was such a... It was a mistake. That's all I'm going to say. But that was that. And then she apparently turned into a little bit of a slut as well as a bitch. Not a lot of people liked her after that, and for good reason. But I won't get too into that. I can sum it up in this sentence. She broke up with me to go after my best friend. I believe I mentioned my best friend before, Josh. He's cool, and at that time we did go to high school together. He's younger than me, a couple years. He was a sophomore, I believe, too. So that was that. But he's still cool. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But it's not really the point. Here's the main gist. He's my best friend. That's all I really need to say about it. I mean, he obviously didn't go with it, and he probably was the one that started the whole, like, I don't like this person anymore. And it was dragged into a couple things with my other friends. It was a whole mess I don't even want to get into. And we'll never get into because, man, oh man, you don't want to know about it. Of course, you probably will, but I'm not going to tell you. So that was that. Then there was Kimmy. And of course, I talked to you about Kimmy, so you can go ahead and go back to the other video and then learn about that. The whole thing about that was basically the same. No, she attached me, but we were too far apart. It's in the last video. You can go ahead and check that out. But then, there of course was she who will not be named. My stalker, who's still stalking me currently. So in love, and besides the fact that I still don't understand fully how things work, it's hard. And I've discussed before my ex and how she is crazy, so I don't want to again. Go ahead, go back, go to the other video. I forget which one that was, so I guess you're gonna have to watch them all. I really need to keep track of what I say in which video. But, I mean, if you're interested at all, you should go ahead and watch all my videos. It's the story of my life. But of course, I pretty much got the moral of the story done beforehand already. It's basically, don't let your words it's just Fuck, words. See, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes this happens. I can't talk anymore. I can't say things. This is a problem, and I try to get past it. And I can't because my mind is a jungle that I can't understand, and I'm trying to work it out. We don't come with a manual. And we're never going to, until somebody figures out a perfect way to figure out every individual and fit that variable into an equation that can be outsourced to any person, and somehow write a book about it. Of course, then that'll probably involve math, and I'm no good at math. So, moral of the story, don't let anything hold you back. Don't let your disabilities, that's it, your disabilities, because they're not disabilities. I like to think of myself as hyper-aware, not attention deficit. Hyper-aware. I notice things. I can still focus if I want to, but I notice more. I've worked it out throughout most of my educational career. Now I'm in college, and I'm pretty sure I mastered my ADD. So do the same. Take control of it. Don't let it be a hindrance. So, what are you going to do? Let your little OCD get the best of you? Gonna let your ADHD keep you from being the best that you can be? Or are you going to push past it? Came all the way to the end of this video. You obviously have enough focus to do that if you have ADD, so let that be the cornerstone. Start building. Of course, thanks for tuning in. It was very nice to see you all again. Awesome Man out.